So here are my 3 top tips for manifesting anything, and it doesn't matter whether that's money, relationships, health, etc. So tip number 1 is you have to be in resonance with the thing you want. You have to be at the same frequency as the thing that you want, otherwise you can't attract it to you. Tip number 2, you have to let go of the how. If you try and, let's say you want more money and you map out a load of steps for you to get more money, you're basically telling the universe how to bring it to you, and the universe doesn't work like that. So what you want to do instead is just let go of the how. The other issue about mapping out a load of steps for what you want is you've dropped out of resonance with that thing because it presupposes you don't have it. And finally, tip number 3 is you have to let go of the result. Get into resonance with the thing you want and then let go of it. Don't try and chase that result. In a lot of ways this is like the how, but if you're trying to chase the result, it presupposes you don't have what you want. So do the work, get into resonance, and then forget about it. Go about your normal day doing what you normally do. So I thought it'd be useful to give you an example of how this works in practical reality, right? So a long time ago I got called by somebody who coached a rugby team, and it was the second 11, so it's not the top team, it's the second team down, and they'd been on a losing streak for the whole season. And this coach was like, I don't know what to do, I've tried everything, and I can't get them to win a game. So I said, okay, let me ask you this. What are you telling them as a coach in the changing room before they go out onto the field? And he goes, well, we have to go back to the basics because they're just not doing those right. And I said, is that different to what you would have been telling them if they'd been winning the entire season? He goes, yeah, it's totally different. If they'd been winning all the time, I'd have been training them on talking to them and coaching them about this particular topic. So I said, okay, instead of talking to them in the changing room before they go out, the basic stuff, is just ignore that because you've done that all season and it hasn't worked. Instead, I want you to talk to them and coach them on the tactics that you would suggest if they'd been winning all season. And he goes, but how is that going to work? And I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the result. Just go into that changing room and talk to them as if they've been winning all season. And he went, okay, fine, I'll give it a go. I called him the Tuesday after the game. I said, so how'd you get on? And he said, guess what? I think you know the answer, Marcus. And I said, no, I've got no idea. What's the answer? And he goes, well, we won. And I'm like, that's fantastic, right? And he goes, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, this little story illustrates the kind of things that you can do in this reality to start resonating with the thing that you want in very practical terms. Once he had shared his ideas as a coach with the team that was relevant to them if they'd been winning all season, I said, just let go of what happens on the field and the result. You've done your bit, now step back, and the same applies for you too. All right, I hope you found this useful.